What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony, aka Descendant of Chaos and Controversy. And in this video, I want to talk about the catch 22 when addressing the narratives of America. And I find it to be a bit challenging when you are a content creator with your own platform under YouTube, TikTok, or what have you, right? And you look at certain situations in society that's problematic. And the controversy comes into play when you see where the problem lies and you go to address it, hoping that when you put something on the table, people could come, as a collective and come up with some kind of solution, brainstorming, putting your heads together and correct the problem. But instead, what you find is that people always want to justify being right. You got one narrative that's going against another narrative, and it's like nothing is getting done, nothing is getting resolved. With many of the highlighted issues when it comes to the grievances in the black community, with all the division and the stuff that we need to correct within our own areas and stuff, because we are greatly divided. And the one thing, when some of us take a step back, we're looking at other different groups, and we don't see the division in the Asian community. We don't see the division in the Hispanic community. If there's division in the white community, it's by class, and that's it. You got the rich and the poor, and that's it. You don't see them, how should I say, um, having that crab in the barrel mentality that we do, or being envious of, each other like we do. And I'm not saying that those factors don't exist, but it's not one of those things that is like on the forefront of what's being noticeable to a great degree. Um, and where I fail to understand certain things is that learning the term of what cognitive distance means. Like when you're out of touch of reality intentionally, to where there is justification and validation through people's experiences, the validations of what we see, that's evidence that's put before us, that you can't dispute no matter how you want to justify the situation, just to pander to a certain crowd, whatever. It doesn't make sense. Other than this is what your motive is, and this is what you're trying to do, as far as like catering to a particular, how should I say, perspective with a generalized point of view out of sheer ignorance. And then find a contradiction within that whole situation. Like, okay, I give you a case in point. You got me and other content creators that look at a person such as Brandon Tatum, and you see when he goes to address certain topics, he always bring up the negative outlook in the aspects of within the black community or the interactions with law enforcement. And he always talk about, well, you should have did this, or you should have done that, or if you had it done this, if you had it done that. But you don't say that when it comes to those in the same situations in other groups, specifically in the white community, when they confront law enforcement and they do the same thing that you see other black people that are getting killed for as the end result. If a black person runs, he's getting shot. It's justified because he made the officer run. Oh, it looked like he had a weapon. He appeared to be dangerous. All of these conclusions to justify why that person got killed instead of being taken in alive to have his day in court and go through his due process. But then you have examples where you have certain white individuals who can challenge a cop, engage with the cop physically, cuss a cop out, kill a cop, beat up a cop, and they still have that preservation of life to where, yeah, they might get beat up, but they're still alive to stand before the judge in court. And when you put those two comparisons side by side, it's like, oh, why are you making it racial? I'm not making it racial. It's what's evident. How can you disregard one situation just to justify the police actions, but then totally intentionally ignore the examples given in comparison? And then when it's brought to people's attention, it's like, oh, here we go. What you mean, here we go? This is the reason why we have the issues that go unresolved. If you want to be fair as far as how you assess the situation, be fair across the board. And I'm not saying that there aren't examples where there are black people that find themselves in situations that they have kind of pushed their luck, but still made it out alive. And I'm not saying that there aren't examples of white people who try to push their luck and didn't make it out alive. I understand that. I acknowledge that those examples exist as well. And I've addressed both on both sides. So it's not like I just cater to one narrative, because I have pointed out the grievances of the white community when they've dealt with law enforcement. The people who I deal with on a day-to-day basis that are white, they tell me about their interactions with law enforcement, how they're sick and tired of police. It's not just black people that have their grievances against law enforcement. There are white people as well that have told me that, God damn, it's like they're running an extortion racket. Everything you turn around, it's like you're getting harassed and bullied, or they're trying to like do this or do that or whatever. They're going through the same shit. You just don't hear about it. But it makes me question those that are so fucking pro-police. How come you don't address the narrative when white people are going through the shit that black people are going through, when they got their fair share of similar grievances through similar experiences? You don't talk about that. But as soon as a person of color goes to address it, it's a problem. It's an issue. And that's where my understanding falls short. Because now I see that I'm just dealing with ignorance, the intentional ignorance. When it comes to looking at the system in regards to having to attack this question, these kids nowadays are unruly. If parents were in the picture, you wouldn't have these situations where you have this young man, whatever, doing this, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and everything else. I understand that argument to a certain extent, but here's where I see the problem lies. And this also was a discussion that I've had amongst my peers. In today's society, we got so many male figures that are entertaining a lot of sensitivity. Back in the day when I was growing up, this is what I was told. If I got into a fight, make sure, number one, that person hits you first. And then you retaliate. You defend yourself. As they're dishing out the ass whooping, you better be dishing out the ass whooping as well. Defend yourself. Nowadays, what I'm saying is, you aren't allowed to defend yourself. You just got to take that ass whooping from the bully or anyone else for whatever reason is. The minute you go to defend yourself to where you have to fight back, you're the one who finds yourself in trouble. So many instances where I'm seeing kids that are getting bullied in school, when they stand up to the bully, they're the one that's going through the disciplinary action. And the bully's getting just a little slap on the wrist. Well, I told you not to do that. Meanwhile, you're getting expelled, or you're doing in-school suspension, or this, that, and everything else. Because you got the better of the bully that's been getting the better of you for some time. How does that work? How are you penalizing a person that's been victimized by the bully, and then as soon as they do something about it, they get the shit into the stick? when it when it comes to a situation where if it's a domestic dispute and the female defending herself against an abusive husband or boyfriend or whatever, how y'all both going to jail? I mean, what are you to do in a situation when you got somebody pounding and beating on you, whether they're under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or whatever, and you in a situation you trying to escape, and the only means to escape or get away while you call 911 and waiting for law enforcement to come and help you on the situation, but yet you getting punished because you had to do what you had to do in the meantime, in between time, to preserve your life, to guarantee your safety. But you're both going to jail. Um, Whenever there's a grievance to be made, when you know some type of wrongdoing has been placed upon you or others or stuff, and others can be the those that are the eyewitness accounts to the situation that you are presenting on your behalf, so that there's some kind of, how should I say, compensation to whether the assault injuries or damages, whether it's physical, property, or whatever. You gotta go through hell and high water just to prove your position against the aggressor or the assailant, or the one that's the one that's doing the assaulting. I don't get it. And as far as the sensitivity goes, it's just like every little thing that you do now got like unnecessary consequences. Like the the kids of today wouldn't have been able to survive during the time when I was a kid because they're too soft. What's the term that I would say, like when parents uh what is it, shield? I don't remember the term right now because it's like my brain is going in. Shelter. When you shelter kids to where their sense of reality is on the false pretenses until they're exposed to the realities of the world and they don't know how to deal because they've been protected, you know, it backfires. Just like circling back to the point of like the disciplining your kids. You can't discipline your kids without the parents having some kind of repercussion that is directed towards them. Because the first sign of like you doing something to your kids and somebody sees it, first thing they do is, oh, I gotta get on the phone to call the cops or DCFS or CPS or whatever, whatever. So it's like as a parent, whether it's a single parent household or a nuclear family household, where you got both parents present, if you can't do something to discipline your kid with that fucking spirit to ride, spoil the child mentality, and then the end result is you got these kids that's running the adults, running the parents, being disrespectful, doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And then when they come across those in law enforcement and shit and they act unruly and stuff, then it's the cops that's the one that's taking over doing the disciplinary by either beating the shit out your child or killing them. But then again, I have to question, when that happens, where's DCFS? Where's CPS? Isn't that child abuse? Isn't that child neglect? Oh, because it's law enforcement, it's okay. They get a pass to do whatever the fuck they want to do. But if you do it, that's why I talk about or making the point of civilians are held at a higher standard than law enforcement. And people can't dispute me on that because they can't give facts to say otherwise, to say that I'm wrong. Because everything a citizen does, they're always being punished or reprimanded or citation for this, that, and everything, even over the most trivial, stupid, asinine stuff that cops use as a justified reason to interact with you. But anything that they do, they can break the laws to one end to the other, nothing. And it's always their word against yours unless you got concrete proof to contradict their statement. And how do we get to this fucking point? Another thing that's a contradiction, and the reason why I post certain things under the community part of my platform is for me to use it as a reference, because I look at some of the points that are brought up on certain topics of discussion. I'm like, that's interesting. You know what? There is validation to what is being addressed here. And then I guess people are looking at my community posts and think, oh, Tony's always agreeing with this. Tony, I'm like, no, I'm just looking at the situation for what it is. And when there's points to validate the contents of what's being said in the video for whatever topic or issue that's being addressed, how can you dispute it logically? I'm not talking about having them comments that come in with some few lines of ignorance responses, because that's what you get, people that make ignorant responses, but there's no logic behind their point of view. No debatable substance that's worth you entertaining. It's just, we gotta throw an insult in the comment section and keep it moving. Go under another platform, make another insult under the comment section, keep it moving, throw another insult, this, that, and everything else. At least 9 times out of 10, especially if I go on to Brandon Tatum's video, if I address something, I use examples. I use points of reference that validates and give a different perspective to the point that he is making in his video. That's where I look at the mentality and the maturity of those that entertain the comment section. Getting back to the division of the black community, I look at many variations. I look at one class when you got those that are poor and they are envious of those that are doing well for themselves, and those that are doing well for themselves bust their ass. Even if they come from the most unfortunate of circumstances, they don't use that as a crutch or excuse to say why they can't achieve something. To get the education, to work 2 or 3 jobs to achieve an end game, an end goal, to better themselves to where they don't have to work the 2 to 3 jobs. Because they have invested the money that they had earned working from those 2 to 3 jobs to go on to do or open up their own business and help others out, that are in similar situations but are trying hard to do something to better themselves. But then you got those that envy those that actually put in the work to do something. The education part, I don't understand, because when I look back at the era of where people were fighting for equal rights, civil rights, and this and that, they were distinguished gentlemen, distinguished black gentlemen. In regards to either Malcolm X, Martin Luther King's, and other examples and stuff. They were well dressed, they were presentable, they were articulate, they spoke with intelligence, but I don't see them being called any kind of, oh, you being a coon, you being an Uncle Tom, you being this, whatever, because how is not sounding or coming off, appearing or being ignorant something that you have to be in order to be identified as black? To me, that within itself is fucking stupid. And get offended how you want, but hey, if you want to be the type of person on the ignorant side to sit there and say what you have to say against people that are trying to do better and be better, then you should be able to take the criticism as well. When it comes to families and stuff, are there those that abandon their responsibility as being fathers? Yes, there are examples, but it's not just in the black community. It's also in the Hispanic community. It's also in the white community. It's also in other communities. But just to highlight and just throw that projection of the generalization, if that's the case, then how is it that I have custody of my son and I'm a black person? And if I wanted to take it a step further, his mom is white. She's not in the picture. How do you address that narrative? Because we can go there with the comparisons. Because just like how you look at everything when it comes to projecting all the negativity on the black people, and then when they have the right to stand up for themselves to argue against in their own defense, to say, hey, look, if this is how you want to approach us with this generalized perception of how we are in your eyes, let me correct you on a few things. And then people step back and then they want to play the victim. Now their feelings are all fucking hurt. No, 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 no. Energy is matched with energy given. Don't sit there and come at people and expect them to just accept the bullshit just to go along because they're afraid of the response that you're going to give them. Life doesn't work that way. If you're going to be the instigator, the agitator, or whatever the case may be, don't sit there and step back and cry foul when somebody matches your damn energy. That's another thing that I noticed that's becoming a fucking rampant thing going through society and shit. And yes, it plays on both sides. I'm not just sitting there saying that it's just white people that do that, because black people do the same shit too. Want to sit there and go and fucking poke the bear and fuck with white people and shit, putting them all in the same category, saying, oh, you racist, da. But there's no real evidence that that person is racist. When there's real racism to be addressed, you conveniently fucking ignore it. You don't address it. You give them a pass. Which is ironic, which I never understand, because this is the thing I be thinking sometimes. It's like, okay, so you got these assholes or these punk individuals, say on the white side, that are part of the neo-Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, or some white supremacists or whatever. And they target the people that got, how should I say, no backup, no defense, or whatever the case may be. So you prey on these people. And you do whatever you do and whatever the demographics is that you do it in this country. And now I got to specify because people want to sit there and talk outside the lines of America, and I'm speaking specifically within this country. That's another shit that pisses me off when bringing up certain discussions. But anyway, I never understood that, because then I'd be sitting there saying to those within the areas in the black community that are involved in gangs and stuff, I'm like, I noticed that those that got all the balls to sit there and kill each other within their own community, one rival gang against another, this, that, and everything else, and then you got the collateral damage that's added to that shit. How come you motherfuckers never put forth that same energy that you use against each other towards people that are fucking racist? With all the practice that you have in killing each other, you never fucking take that energy and fuck with the white supremacists, the neo-Nazis, or the KKK. You got balls to kill your own, but you ain't got the balls to go fuck with them. Help me understand that shit. And for those that might get mad at the point that I'm making when addressing that situation, it's a legitimate question. One more thing before I go after I'm done venting. There was a part of topic of discussion when it was talking about these, I don't know if it was the Republicans or the Democrats addressing the Republicans about the veterans and stuff like that. And this is the one thing I got to say about that, because it goes back to the whole controversy behind Kaepernick and the whole patriotic, oh, he's being disrespectful to the military and he's being unpatriotic, and if he don't like this country, he could go somewhere else, this, that, and everything else. And I'm going to say this, and I welcome somebody to fucking challenge me. As much investment as black folks have put into this country by building this country, all the monuments, the historic buildings and stuff like that we weren't credited for, but we've done it anyway. The free labor, this, that, and everything else. Going in to fight the wars that you made us fight along with you, and most of us got killed in our uniforms by our fellow white counterparts when going to war. That people don't want to address, but it has happened. The blood and the sacrifices and the barriers that we had to break, that those that are coming in on the after effect ride the coattails of, but disrespect us while doing it. When it comes to the servicemen of this country that have fought the wars that can be deemed controversial, may be set up as some type of propaganda or whatever the case may be, however the argument is put on the table. When these individuals come back broken, whether they're dealing with some kind of mental PTSD or some physical handicap or whatever the case may be, they have to go through so much unnecessary bullshit through the VA to see if they qualify for this, having to deal with being denied that and everything else. But y'all want to focus on a fucking football player that took a fucking knee, and you say that was the ultimate disrespect? But you don't say nothing about the homeless vets. You don't say nothing about law enforcement that fuck with the homeless vets. 9 times out of 10, if they're dealing with some mental breakdown, getting killed by law enforcement. But a football player taking a knee is the straw that broke the camel's back. Them not getting the proper medical attention. Them having to be on a waiting list for whatever reason. But yet, they wasn't on a waiting list to go in the list. To go into war, to go into battle. But as soon as they come home, they got to deal with some shit. But that's not ass backwards. But a fucking football player is the shit that got y'all pissed off. When that saying goes, you worried about the fucking wrong thing, that would be the perfect fucking example. One mixed biracial football player you had all the smoke and criticism for, but when it comes to the country within itself, you're fucking conveniently quiet. You don't say shit. Your patriotism stopped there. You're not fighting for these veterans. You're not protesting against the government to help these veterans out. But you had all that energy to want to fucking criticize a fucking Kaepernick, but stay quiet when the government fucks over the veterans. Anyway, that's enough ranting for tonight. That's all I got. Until next time, until next video, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this video, and hey, the comment section is open. I got 705 followers, and yet I only got less than a handful that comment in the comment section. Help me out with the algorithm. Engage in the conversation. Address some of the points and the topics that I brought up in this video. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. This is the purpose of my channel. And the reason why I say chaos and controversy, because there's a lot of topics that I address that are controversial. Doesn't mean I always agree with the things that I present, but it's for a topic of discussion. And some people fail to understand that. For some reason, they're like, oh, here's another content creator that, I could take a jab at insulting or unsubscribe because he said something I didn't like. Oh, it didn't sit well with me. Oh, he must be this. He must be that. Then why subscribe? This is what I'm going to say to people. This is going to be a public service announcement. I have various videos. I got like over 100 videos. I'm going to have my points of views on certain topics. I'm not always going to be within agreeing with particular narratives. It's just not going to happen. When it comes to me being organic, as Ricky Maynard pointed out, there's very few organic content creators. I'm one of them. I don't get paid to do this shit. I don't benefit from this shit. So what I say is what I say. And then I'm open. I have an open mind. I'm open to other people's points of views, other people's opinions, respectfully. I have to reiterate that because you get some people that want to be ignorant and just throw insults instead of just challenging my opinions or challenging my point of views or addressing the topics that I put on the table. It was like, oh, you. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm a grown-ass fucking adult. So if you got your grievance with me, address me with a mentality of an adult, not that of a person that's still in fucking high school. Now, that's all I got to say. Until next time, until next video, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.